Coach Quinn got the plan. It's time to eat, off tackle or the sweep behind. Route like Irvin, watch for Cedric in the slot. See us try to Gallup to the end zone, they can't stop. Dalton up the seam, Jarwin carving up your team. Tony Pollard, X Factor, Kellen Moore with the scheme. We applying pressure with Lawrence and Gregory. QB's getting sacked, can't relax, rehab therapy. Micah got a hit list, Jalen Smith hit stick. No escaping, Leighton got him. Trayvon with the pick six, dig that. Kazi go kamikaze, the defense is solid. Find me in Dallas at Jerry's Palace among stars. Screaming Cowboy fans only, yeah. Screaming Cowboy fans only. This is for the Cowboy fans. Eighth Wonder, Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan, yeah. This is for the Cowboy fans. Eighth Wonder, Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan. Shout out J Tuck. Subscribe to his YouTube page, Cowboy Fans Only. CowboysFansOnly.com for all your merchandise. Cowboys stand up.
Actually, we're back. Can y'all hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Check. We good? We good? All right, there we go. I'm a little rusty, y'all. If y'all don't know, your boys J Tuck's been on vacation, right? But, I'm back. But I had to bring in one of my brothers, man. And you guys know this guy. And he don't need no introduction. He's family. We rock together. We the tag team champs. So CFO fam, warm welcome to our guy, Rome, Cowboys fan talk in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's good, Tuck? What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, we good, man. We good. Look, the audio's good. We ready to go, man. So, yeah, man, a lot's been going on as of late. I mean, we about to talk about it all, man. But for the people who do not know, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
It's Cowboys Fan Talk on YouTube, Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter, also Cowboys Fan Talk on IG. You know what I'm saying, when I'm over there. But right. Yeah. Man, appreciate you bringing me on, man. Let's rock, man. We gonna talk about these Twitter wars.
Yeah, we got some things we need to talk about, man. Before we get into all that, so I'm gonna start from the beginning, man, because we really haven't linked up since the draft. So let's go ahead and let everybody know, how are you feeling since the draft? Like, let's say for instance you was like at a 7 going into the draft, because of course we didn't do nothing in free agency. We all know how that goes, right?
Yeah, we do.
Did the Dallas Cowboys move the needle for you, bro, with the draft class? Or are you still stuck in where you was prior?
See, I got an interesting response to that.
All right.
The Cowboys did not move the needle.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a let's call it the theme of this offseason. It's not about moving the needle. It's about substance.
Okay.
That's what we always do. We always trying to move the needle. We always trying to make a headline. We always trying to be first, and it's gotten us a lot of notoriety. It hasn't really gotten us too much else.
Right.
I think this draft class, not every drafted player is not all pro. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we really went out there and attacked things in a specific way, not just attacking needs player-wise, but finding specific players to fit an identity I think they're trying to create. So I went from being shocked on draft, like especially it was the first night. It wasn't really this night 2 or 3.
Right.
The shock kind of worn off. But more so, like I said before, I was more shocked at who they picked because I wasn't familiar. not being familiar doesn't mean that the pick is bad. It's just lack of familiarity.
Right.
If I was a true scout and knew every draft pick up and down the board, I wouldn't be sitting right here. I'd be working somewhere else.
Right. We'd be getting that big checks, right? Yeah. So I think that's what caught a lot of people off guard about Tyler Smith. Because granted, I tweeted about Tyler Smith when I was doing my research, like, hey, this is a possibility to replace, Tyron Smith with Tyler Smith. Like, phenomenal talent. I had him on my pet cat list. But at first, initially, Rome, I was shocked that we took him at 24 because, like I said, he just turned 21. It's a lot of work that's going to take in progress. But I was thinking from the standpoint of being a tackle. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at what really happened, we talked high on Zion Johnson. We talked high on Kenyon Green. We knew that we needed a left guard, and we kind of got wiped out. You know what I'm saying? So to get Tyler Smith, who has extreme upside, he's young, he can play tackle, which he primarily played at Tulsa, but also plug him in at guard, which I think he's going to do perfectly fine at guard. It was a value pick. And I feel like, I kind of explain to the Cowboys fans, it's like going to the grocery store hungry. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Cowboys went in because they didn't address the guard position in free agency. They didn't really address the wide receiver. So they had to really get this position in the draft where they couldn't go BPA like in past years. And so I think that Tyler Smith, you're going to feel the impact of Tyler Smith day one. You know what I'm saying? Because now since we played Tampa, and like I was saying on Twitter, what they going to do? They going to line Vita Vea right over their rookie, you know what I'm saying, to make sure he's ready. But I feel like Tyler Smith will be able to fill the void because at the end of the day, y'all, he's just a big body land. And my guy, Professor O, still mad. You know what I'm saying? He's still mad. I feel you, O. I feel you, O. But like I feel like at the end of the day, at least Tyler Smith is going to be a land mover. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be one of those big physical bodies, going to be out there just to kind of move people. Now it's going to be some holding calls. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys Nation, I've been preaching this on my channel. I'm preaching this on yours as well. You got to be patient. But I don't feel too bad about the Tyler Smith pick. Now, you're probably looking at my grade right now on day 2 with Sam Williams. Now, I want to say this when it comes to Sam Williams. Phenomenal talent. I broke him down in the draft video, pre-draft and everything. My concern with Sam Williams was just the off-the-field stuff. You know what I'm saying? And from the Cowboys standpoint, every time there's red flags off the field, we just kind of been burnt. So if you take that out of consideration, I would probably give Sam Williams a B+, a B- as well. Sam, I'm riding with you. Just don't burn me. Don't make me look stupid because y'all know last year, I gave our second round big benefit of the doubt. And you know what I'm saying? And kind of, so it's like I trust Sam a little bit more. So I think that for the most part, the first 3 picks for the Dallas Cowboys was solid. Like you said, Rome, it wasn't sexy, but it's what we needed.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm in agreement with you. I look at it like this, man. And the Cowboys said, look, first of all, when you pick later in the draft, you have to try to find, if you're trying to fill holes, you have to find ways to try to steal value. Like I said, Sam Williams, he's not, let's say, Aiden Hutchinson or, because of his entire package that he brings to the table as far as he had some off the field stuff and things that dropped him down.
Right.
In a normal year, he probably would have been neck and neck with, let's just say, one of your guys, Jermaine Johnson.
Right.
I feel like their skill sets aren't they're not exactly the same, but I'm just saying as far as player-wise, their pass rush technique seems to be pretty similar. Not to get into a back and forth about those 2 players, I'm just saying Jermaine didn't have off the field issues.
Right.
So he went higher. I'm pretty sure Sam Williams could have crept into the back of the first round if, been considered at least if he didn't have those off the field issues just because of the production he had in the SEC.
Right.
So I'm thinking, but one of those things where Cowboys fans, because we're always looking for that flash, we're looking for that name. That's what we predisposed by, man. That we used to that. And I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying I know what angers us.
Right.
We take a sexy pick that was the wrong position over the correct pick that's not sexy, that was the right position.
Right.
We would have took look at me. What was I preaching? I was like, we need another receiver.
Right.
I was ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we did get our receiver, but I would have took it in the first round. O-line be damned, because that's me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm predisposed to Cowboys thoughts.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, man, I want my flash. I want my sexy pick.
Right.
But that's why I don't run teams, because I'm a fan and my emotions swing the pendulum too far left, too far right from time to time.
Right.
I don't need to run a team. But I'm thinking if I could just lay out the top 4 picks, the top 4 picks, the ones I feel like they're actually going to touch the field. I feel like Ferguson is going to solidify the tight end 2 position. I feel like he 100% will see the field because he said one thing that was a buzzword. He said, I like to play special teams.
Right. Yeah.
Thought,
They love that. They love that. You know what I'm saying?
You want to be on that game day roster. You're
Right.
very smart. Someone got in your ear and said, you need to say this.
Right.
Whether he meant it or not, that's another situation.
Right.
Tolbert's going to get playing time, obviously, because Michael Gallup is out. Michael Gallup's injury is so forgotten about that people are forgetting that we even have him as a player.
Right. And that's the hard part, because we're going to talk about the schedule here in a second. Gauging it, I just don't see Michael Gallup being week 1 ready. I mean, the injury happened in January? So it's going to be a stretch, y'all. So that's what I'm
November.
saying. Yeah.
I think it's November, bro.
Yeah, when he's actually going to be fully returned. I mean, he can probably come back mid-October-ish, right? But before we see Michael Gallup as the Michael Gallup that, we know, it's going to take a while to get revved up. So it's going to be November-ish, which for your 3rd pick, and Jalen Tolbert, which I was saying, a guy I was extremely high on. Y'all know I love me some Jalen Tolbert. I broke his film down early in the season. That was one of my wide receivers I saw at the gate. I'm like, oh, I like that.
I didn't know he was that tall neither.
Yeah. And so he
got a little bit more catch radius than I even thought about.
Right. He has a catch radius, man. And I feel like with Jalen Tolbert, he's going to be that in-house Michael Gallup initially, probably for the first 5 to 6 games. And so if I had to put my money on which Dallas Cowboys rookie is going to have the most impact out the gate, I would probably say Jalen Tolbert, because I think that you're going to have to involve him. You're going to have to keep him involved.
Well, it's going to be this. They're going to try to make you fight left-handed.
Right.
Can you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And look, like I said, I hate Cowboys fans don't want to hear it. I don't care. The most slept-on move of this offseason probably is James Washington.
Yep.
If he can give me any of the production I saw from Pittsburgh, I'm not saying he a Pro Bowler.
Right.
Because what I want James Washington to be is the replacement for Cedric Wilson. That's all I need him to do. Can he, when he is left by himself, make catches and make people because you see he has a little bit of yak with him when he gets the ball, but he's more of a running back than a shifty guy.
Right.
He get the ball, he's a little bit more physical with his running.
Right.
He's not twitchy as far as like that.
Right.
But if he can be to this thing that we seem to be having with this offseason, more physical with the catch, run after catch from a receiver position, and make people realize, okay, he's a viable receiver. That's what we're looking for, viability, to where we gotta peel somebody. We cannot double CD. Because if you're willing to double CD and you're singling up Tolbert, let's just say James is in the slot. Let's just say, or Tolbert's in the slot, right? Somebody not gonna have attention.
Right.
Now either Tolbert's gonna make somebody pay, or James is gonna make somebody pay, and me and you, I don't have to convince you. Most people, we're split down the middle. You have to have confidence that your quarterback, who's willing to go to other receivers. Dak isn't necessarily, that might be to his detriment. He doesn't force the ball to somebody, that he will find a read and make people pay. We're going to see.
Right.
But that's my thought process.
Well, let me ask you this, because I see a lot going in the chat, and I see D Shift said Cam Akers come off the ACL in 6 months. Yeah, I think that was an extreme case. I don't know what they gave him out there in LA, man. That was extreme.
It was Achilles, I think.
Yeah, it was Achilles. Yeah, it was Achilles. It wasn't ACL, right? Yeah, out of 6 months. So I mean, I don't know what kind of vibranium they shot him up with, but I just don't see Michael Gallup returning and being week 1 ready. My bro, Boss Cowboy in the building, he said, look what happened with Tristan Hill, how long he was out. Like, it takes you a long time to come off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just isn't like, okay, well, you're clear to go. Boom, Michael Gallup's back. It's going to take a while. He's going to miss camp. He's going to miss a lot of things. So, I'm saying mid-October, November. So
it might be better for Tolbert.
Right.
Cowboys, this is my problem with the Cowboys, since we're going to have a little bit of that tonight, too.
Right.
Keep it funky.
Right.
Sometimes we baby our players too much. I'm liking this fact about this class. They going to play. Because I feel like Boss Man should have been out there.
Right.
A little earlier than he got out there.
Right.
Now, this ain't the slight Anthony Brown show. I actually thought Anthony Brown had a good season.
Right.
All things considered. I know he had his moments, but everybody had their moments.
Right.
But I'm saying, Boss Man should have probably got out there a little bit earlier. Well, Osa got to play by default. And by Osa getting to play by default, I know he hit his rookie wall, but we got a chance to see a flash like, oh, we got something there.
You're right.
Now, I hope his offseason has been great, and I feel like he can come back and probably pick up where he may have left off after he hit that wall that most rookies hit. Everybody ain't Micah.
Right. Exactly. Ain't everybody Micah. That's what I've been trying to explain, man. Ain't everybody Micah. So let me expect a Micah Parsons type impact from a lot of these rookies. So to my guy Roberto with the super chat, appreciate you, bro. He says, "Do we finally beat Tom in week 1? CFO gang in the building." Yeah, I think we do.
Well, you know how? To your point earlier, and I'll let you elaborate. To your point, we not gonna beat them the way people think we gonna. Last year,
right?
We said,
Yeah, it's not gonna be sexy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be sexy.
I think it's going, but you know what though? That might make you and a couple other content creators that we work with on a regular very happy to see the Cowboys come out and establish not a running game, because there's a difference. You can be a good running team,
right,
and you can be a physical running team,
right.
I want us to look more physical. Zeke will do his part, but across the line, I want Tyron, because even some of our O-line veterans, people that we like to lean on, with Tyron when he's healthy and Zach when he's healthy, they all got beat up in that Niners game. I hope that chip is still squarely on their shoulders. Right. So with a weekend, I ain't saying that they completely off, but they missing JPP. That's been their starter for 2 years.
Right.
They're missing Sue. And I know they read up with rookies.
Right.
But I feel like that helps us because we got young players too. So their front seven ain't the exact same.
Right.
It ain't is like, remember they was like, they're bringing back everybody. We don't got to worry about that. To your point that you made earlier on Twitter, well, when you were saying, what do you do? Basically, they're going to shade CD and they're going to make you fight left-handed.
Right.
We're going to hit the open guys, but we're going to say, you know what? TP, Zeke, your number's called.
You hope. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
but how many offseasons have we sat here and said this? Like, all right, man, we're going to run the ball, because I agree with you. And especially with Tyler Smith, man, you're going to have a rookie guard out there playing his very first game on Sunday Night Football. You don't want him jumping back in pass protection 45 times in their game with Vita Vea over on top of you, because what they're going to do, they're going to stunt right at you. They're going to blitz. They're going to send everything his way to see not only does he have the physical capacity, but also the IQ.
And so, because he's not ready for those.
They're going to stunt right at him. So how you get Tyler Smith into motion is you just run the ball, get him into the rhythm. But here's my concern with it, bro. We all know if you run the ball 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 and out, Kellen Moore will be like, all right, enough with that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so I just hope that. But it sounds like the way the Cowboys structured this draft, like you said, coming off that 49ers loss, they want to get more physical. They want more tough guys. They want to, they got Ferguson, who's your blue collar blocker. You know what I'm saying?
I want to start the year off first play in 12.
Right. They come out 12 formation and run the ball and establish an identity. And this is something I've been preaching for years. The Dallas Cowboys offense just needs an identity. Like, who are we? Are we going to be a passing team, or are we going to be a running team? So if we were going to be this aerial attack team, you know what I'm saying, that was my frustration this offseason. Like, all right, if you want to be this aerial out team, you know what I'm saying, put up 40, a game, then why would you stripping away your weapons in Amari Cooper? You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like they just don't know. But if I feel like initially with Michael Gallup being out, a rookie wide receiver, James Washington, who's unproven at this point, you know what you got in Ezekiel Elliott, you know what you got in Tony Pollard. Let them get things moving, and then let Dak pick up after that. But sometimes innovation it's a product of circumstance. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And last year, I'm not trying to dim Dan Quinn's light or Michael Parsons' light, but he don't become the pass rush threat that we know he is now without D-Law getting hurt.
Right.
D-Law needs to. It's not that we might not realize it. We might realize it later in the year, like, oh, snap.
Right.
We're not doing things like bumping D-Law down to D-tackle on like a NASCAR package. I hate to use that because that's the Giants thing.
Right.
But we're not doing those type of things later in the year because we know what kind of weapon we have in Micah without the injury. So Michael Gallup being hurt, that one domino maybe this is a big maybe because Kellen, hope you listen.
Right.
We'll say, you know what? We do need to run this ball.
Right.
We can't lean on the passing game as heavy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do, because, when we really rolling, we put 75-25. You know how we get. So maybe we can get back to 60-40, bro, and we can just, me and you can live with that.
Right.
They're not going to be 50-50. You need to let that go.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be a 50-50 split. But like I said, it's really not about runs. It's about touches. Like, Tony Pollard needs more touches. Zeke just needs more touches. Ezekiel Elliott, I know a lot of people
in the pass game.
Right. I know a lot of people get all, when you mention Zeke's name, but he is not the type of running back where you can give 8 to 10 carries and he's going to go off for 100 yards. Like, he has to get into motion and get into a rhythm, man. So it's going to be interesting to see how they utilize him. But you got to, I don't see no way around it. You know what I'm saying?
The irony. You can give Tony 10 touches and he can make 10 in the Magic.
Right.
Zeke needs 16 touches.
Right.
You can't commit, as an offense, you can't commit 26 touches to that type of firepower.
Right.
I feel like that's stupid.
Right. It is. You know what I'm saying? And going to the game last year in Tampa, I'm looking up like, man, Zeke got 6 carries at halftime? Like, nah.
Well, I know last year got a little out of hand, but look, Dak was he was sizzling a little bit, and they're like, hey,
right.
What we want.
Yeah. I mean, but that was a completely different scenario. Like I said, y'all, and I'll tell everybody, when I was out there at that game in Tampa last year, and I saw Dak and this team walk out that tunnel, I said, oh, damn, this is different. Like, normally Cowboys come out there playful. It was just work. And I turned around and told this Bucs fan behind me, I said, y'all in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It just felt different. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing. That limp off, when it wasn't the actual end of the game. We was hyped.
Right.
That 2-week span of is Dak all right deflated our team. We never got back right.
Right.
That 2-week span of, it was like the media had been looking for something negative to focus on with us because we had just kept winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, we had the Cooper Rush thing where we did still get a win.
Right.
But then, right after Dak came back and Denver beat us up in the alley.
Yeah, that Broncos game, man.
Right.
It was just never right. And I tried to explain that last year, but a lot of people didn't understand because we were still winning. You know what I'm saying? But it just never felt right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy for me. It was the Washington game where we won, and I think he was there at that game. And I'm just
Look,
we won, but it just, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the Cowboys got to get back on track.
It ended weird because we was pummeling them.
Right.
And then it was almost like we didn't have an offensive rhythm towards the end of the game. It was very, very weird.
Right.
To where it went from we pummeling y'all to, all right, let's just hold on.
Right.
I hate that feeling that let's just hold on for a win.
Right.
Momentum is such a real thing in football. And the momentum got sucked out of us. And I know Washington fans would be like, I told you we was about to win. No, y'all still lost.
Right. You still lost. You know what I'm saying? You still held that L. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't the standard of L we wanted to give y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but you know how it goes. So let's go ahead and get into that because that's the hot topic button. So for everybody in the chat, y'all been asking for it. Monday, y'all will get it. J Tuck versus Lord Brunson. We gonna do it live here on this channel and my channel. We going toe to toe because we got some stuff we gotta speak about, bro. You've been seeing all the chaos on Twitter. Here's the crazy part. You know, I was on vacation. I was out in Orlando, and I come back and I see all these Eagles content creators shooting slugs, and like, oh no, we not doing that. So Monday at 7 p.m. Central, we got something we're gonna talk about. But let's get into the NFC East because that is the hot topic button.
I feel like it's Bloods and Crips. I can't leave the house right now.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's all right, man. We gonna be outside. We always gonna be outside. We gonna handle business. It's gonna be light work. But do you feel that the Cowboys didn't do enough to separate from the field in the NFC East and actually close that gap?
I feel like the Cowboys is playing a game that nobody else is playing.
All right.
And I don't even know if that's a compliment. It's just a game that no one else is playing. They have their own thought process, their own way of doing things, and I'll give them this. If Poker Face was a franchise, we got it. Because we is stone face, we stoic, we like, whatever. Right. I don't care what y'all doing.
Right.
I don't even know if that's the right strategy.
Right.
I was texting you earlier about usually the team that wins the offseason, that signs the most people, is more so the reason why you're doing that is because you're further down than people want to admit. Usually great teams don't sign 6 players because they ain't that bad.
Right.
So the signing of the players makes the team better, but never as big as what the team that's making the signings thinks it's going to be. If that makes sense.
I mean, you got the Rams, right? The Rams kind of did it. That's their whole mentality.
Who did they pick up outside of Vaughn? Well, Vaughn was mid-year, right?
They got Vaughn. Vaughn was last year.
I'm talking about like
mid-year.
Off-season.
Was it OBJ right last year?
That was a trade too.
That was a trade. So I'm trying to go back.
That's my man. What's his name? What's that GM? I call him F them picks.
Right.
Because he don't care.
Right.
Mid-year, he said.
So he traded the picks. So I'm trying to think about just pure free agency signings from last year. Hell, I don't even remember, man. Because you know me. I tap out in free agency, man. I mean, Matt Stafford. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
You know what? That was a trade. But that was the big offseason move.
Oh, that was an offseason move. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll give you that.
Yeah. So
that's a heck of a move to switch quarterbacks.
Right.
So I can't say that didn't work. Obviously, they went around the hardware, right?
Right. Because who was the big free agent last year? I'm trying to remember.
I know the Giants got Galladay, who was the best receiver on the. They got Adoree Jackson. John, what's that dude? The dude that they signed a bunch of people.
Tomlinson and some of those. I'm trying to remember who was the big names last year. I mean, it all starts to blend together at the while.
But my point is, usually the team, and this is look, Eagles fans, you can take it how you want to. Right. I don't care. But my point is, usually the team, I've seen it before. I've seen the Patriots was a team last year that signed like 4 or 5 people. Usually when you sign that many people, you're overcompensating. It's a balance. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this to Eagles fans that's probably in the job.
Yeah, we got a bird in here, man. Someone let the bird in. We got Philly Notion, man. Philly Notion. Salute to my guy.
I'll say this. I encourage your enthusiasm. I'm excited about your newfound vigor for this is our division.
Right.
Fine. Take it.
Right.
For the first time in a long time, I get to roll into the offseason as the legitimate underdog. Not just by I gotta see what
here's the problem with them. They want to be the favorite, but they don't want the pressure that comes along with it. You know what I'm saying? So they're shouting the lie. You know what I'm saying? It's hurt season. We here, fly eagle fly. But no, the Cowboys should be the favorite. You guys.
No. You know
what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way because if you look at it, we started doing content around the same time, right? Yes, every time we kind of talked to Philly people, it was like no one respects us. No one wants to. They kind of played this little underdog role, the little brother role, right? No one believes in us. Some little Giants type stuff, and that's what they kind of built with. So now I'm saying, you know what? Y'all the favorite. Take it. Right, but they don't want to do that. Why? Because that's too much pressure. Because they still have question marks that they're uncertain about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it sounds good on paper. Everything looks phenomenal. I'm not one of those people gonna be like, oh, they didn't do nothing this offseason. They actually made moves. But go ahead, be confident. You know what I'm saying? Put your chest out a little bit.
2 things for the Eagles. One, there's still holes in your roster, and I see it.
Right.
I'm not gonna point them out right now. I'll hit you. I talked to you about it offline. It's blatant holes in their roster. They ain't perfect.
Right.
Let's be clear.
Right. Right.
They not to be funny. They're not the Broncos.
Right.
They're not holers. Like, I know they feel like they are, but there's some holes.
Right.
But anyway, I said this the other day on Twitter, and everybody's still mad about it. I said, the problem with the Eagles fans is this. And I would love for you to ask their Ken Honcho, Mr. Brunson, about this. Why are you still mad? Because you won your chip. You tell us about it all the time.
Right.
Every last Eagles content creator hit the same dude up on Amazon and got a fake trophy.
He just dropped a song on it, a new song about 2017 trophy.
Yeah. Why are you so mad still? It's like if the championship validated your franchise, it stamped y'all. We got one. We here now. Why are you still whining?
Right. Because like I said, I live here in Kansas City, right? So same thing. The Chiefs finally got their Super Bowl, but they don't have to go out and bang them and beat their chest about it. Why? Because they're consistent after that. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly in the thick of things. They went right back to the Super Bowl, even though they lost. They've been in the AFC Championship. What happened was the Eagles won the Super Bowl. and now they fell off the flat. Think about
Well,
this.
no,
This is what I want Eagles fans to really understand and comprehend. This time last year, y'all were in the bottom of the division. So they shoot at us, right? Eagles and Cowboys. Y'all skipping 2 teams that y'all really need to step above. Because like I said, here's the fun thing about the way our schedule is structured. We can see a situation before we get to week 6 where Carson Wentz breaks their spirit, because we know they're Jalen Hurts people. But if Carson Wentz comes out and Washington beats Philly, they're gonna unravel. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, so it's like Mortal Kombat before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Be patient.
Take your soul. Go take the soul.
It's gonna take their soul. It's gonna hurt. They're gonna be fighting in their chats, everything. They're gonna be burning those hurt seasons hats, everything, if Carson Wentz comes in and slide them. So be patient. On paper, everything looks like it's favorable for the Eagles right now, but they're coming from a Cowboys fans. We've been the paper champs so many damn years. Everything about paper. It's been so many years I've been the paper champs. You know what I'm saying? Like everything looks, we got this, we got that. But at the end of the day, can you put it together on the field? It remains to be unseen. So it's a lot of football. But like I said, go ahead, take it. Take it. You know what I'm saying?
Take it. Look, we're going to get to the schedule in a second. I would love to. I just wanted them to know, listen, you can't have it both ways. And if you so validated, because you know what we've been to the playoffs 4 out of the last 5. Listen, congratulations on making wild cards and getting dusted off.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we have been smoking that Eagles pack.
Right.
Heavily. Since that year, we're like 7-2.
I remember Andy Dalton knocking them out the playoff contention. And my guy Philly Notion said this: we are mad because y'all keep disrespecting the NFC East. When we win the division, we rep the NFC East well and win the chip. When Dallas wins the division, first round exit. And that's not the case. So when y'all won it, y'all lost in 2019. But here's the crazy part.
He's mad at us.
But here's the thing, y'all. When we won the division last year, we wasn't even the favorites going into the playoffs. Everyone had us losing versus San Francisco. So we get no credit, no validation from winning the NFC. We swept the whole division. That's not our fault. That's y'all fault. You know what I'm saying?
Bad.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We swept the division bad last year, and nobody gave the Cowboys credit. So it's not just y'all. It's because the whole of the division really hasn't stepped up. So that's why I was saying I want the division to be more competitive. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives more validation and gets you more battle tested going into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here it is. Bro, listen, Ron, we did the show before the playoffs. Nobody was giving us the favorites as versus the 49ers. Everyone's picking us to lose that matchup.
Mike knows. I know Mike like to have revisionist history. I know Mike.
Yeah.
Mike
caught up in primetime numbers now. You know what I'm saying?
I've been cool with Mike since Notion organized that big. Shout out to Notion for organizing that, because that's how I met everybody.
And we want to do it again. We're gonna do it again.
Organize that big, content creator battle royale. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, they have never. If Mike can, since he want to say lies, or anyone in here, when have you guys ever conceded and said y'all the favorites?
Right.
Because every year before the year, I follow all of y'all.
Right.
It's Dallas is going to finish 3rd and 4th in the division.
Right. They're soft. They're sweet. They're sweet.
They always say,
you know what I'm saying?
When we do win, this is their cop out. Well, look what Caesars had.
Right.
Look what Caesars had. Caesars Palace. The betting odds said no. What was you saying? What was national media saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're never the and look, rightfully so this year. I'm so happy that because of what's been happening, we're getting disrespected.
Caesars, we're not even favored for the opening game versus Tampa at home, and normally there's some home gas. We're not favored versus. So it's like, you know what? But here's the thing: accept it and just go with it. Y'all are the favorites. Congratulations. Now live up to those expectations. But they don't want that. They want to be the favorite underdog. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
That don't even
work
make sense.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Notion agrees we should be the NFC East favorites this year. Congratulations, you are. You're in my book. I'll say it. You have it. You can have it. So
now.
So
me saying, let me clear it up, because people like to clip stuff. Me saying that y'all should be the favorites is not me conceding you're a better team than us.
Right.
Let me get that clear. I don't think you're better enough.
Exactly. So that's what people need to understand. Because like I've been trying to explain on Twitter, not only to Eagles fans but Cowboys fans. If I was in Vegas, right, and someone say, you know what, Tuck, I give you $5,000 to bet on the NFC East, would you take the Cowboys or the field? Now, looking how the NFC East has always moved when no one has repeated since 2004, I would take the field. That's the safer bet. So I'm not, it could mess around and be Washington that could slide the whole division. It could be the Giants come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how sporadic the NFC East is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But I don't feel like the Eagles are up here and now the Cowboys are down here. That's not the case. You know
they need to realize this. If last year, look Eagles fans, because I know y'all in here. Sit back and pay attention. If we beat y'all that many times and dubbed y'all 40 burger y'all, whatever, dropped 50 on y'all dome, whatever, we was up here. Y'all was down here.
Right.
Y'all made some signings. Y'all here now. But y'all still below us. It's okay.
Y'all closed the gap. I'm not afraid to admit y'all closed the gap.
Closed the gap.
But there's no way.
Now let's play it on
but
the
we're
field.
not going to go into week 6 thinking, I mean, of course, everything is as is, you know, no injuries or whatnot, that y'all are a better team. I seen y'all lose to Andy Dalton. I seen y'all struggle with Ben DiNucci. I seen Dak put up 40 twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you got a large
record in the division is like 1-7 or something.
Right,
crazy.
you got a large gap to close. You know what I'm saying? And so you guys still have to put it together. So, but we're gonna see. And that's the thing is like they are so focused on the Cowboys. Y'all got other ladders to climb.
Hey, you want me to tell you who they comp is real?
Huh?
Eagles fan. This is gonna hurt too. It's gonna cut deep.
It's
You know what the Eagles really are?
It's gonna hurt, bro, when Carson Wentz comes out there and carve him up, bro.
You know what the Eagles fans really are? Y'all the Saints. It's an amazing team. And you don't know what you're gonna do with quarterback. Y'all are the Philadelphia Saints. The Saints have made offseason moves too. Don't sleep. They got a good defense too.
Right.
Don't sleep. But they got confusion at quarterback.
Right.
Is Jameis the right dude? Is Jalen the right dude?
Right.
Y'all the Saints.
Right.
Y'all not 12-5. Y'all the Saints. It's okay though.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's y'all comp. Y'all the Saints.
But here's who we are. So my guy Mike just said, we're going to split this year. It's going to be a close race, 1 or 2 games difference. Hurts got to close the gap. It was a 1 or 2 games difference last year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So what really changed? It's always going to be tight. The NFC East, it's never been, it's not the AFC East, right? And I always say this. Everyone wants to call the NFC East, never talk about the AFC when the Patriots and Tom Brady was just sliding everybody for years and years to come. We have never been that. It's always been consistency and competition. A team might fall off, a new team emerges. That team emerges for a little bit, they fall. You know what I'm saying? It's always
why y'all sleeping? The team that might give us both a little bit of fits this year is in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I feel like it ain't Riverboat Ron. I've been a hater of Riverboat Ron. That's another story for another day.
Right.
Carson does make them better.
Right. He makes them better. He makes them more respectable than, you know, what they were previously.
I feel like can at least offensively coach.
Right.
And Wandale Robinson, he twitchy.
Right.
And Kadarius Toney is twitchy.
Right.
They at least is going to make you work on defense this year. The Giants ain't going to just be like, they can't put up 7.
Right.
Like they going to make you work. And I like that. But we both as a division, we should not just be like, the Giants is forever going to be our punching bag because Thibodeau can play and so can they got Neal, right?
Right.
Like, so the Giants I'm not saying they're going to be 12-win Giants, but they at least going to make us work for them W's.
Right. They're going to make it work. They're going to make you work. And it's just like, it is. The NFC East is going to be a lot tighter than people expect, especially by the way the schedules look. You know what I'm saying? So let it all play out.
I respect it that way, though. Let's work.
That's what I'm saying. Let's work. Like I said, I asked for it. I sent the tweet out like, yo, I want it more competitive because I felt like the Cowboys, they kind of rested on that. It's like, you know what? We can be okay. We'll still win the division. We get
smacked in the mouth.
And that would be the thing to do. If we come out and get smacked in the mouth by Washington and the Eagles, they gonna be calling up a new wide receiver real quick. You know what I'm saying? What moves can we make? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really gonna take to kind of wake them up.
Sad thing is, I don't want to root for that because I don't got time.
It's happening.
I do want, the only thing I would be mad about this year being super successful is this. Stephen Jones would be somewhere like, I told y'all.
Well, that was his last year, and I told people that was the problem last year because it worked. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, we found this stud in J-Ron Curse. Look how that worked out. Look what we did in Malik Hooker. Look how, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of found those gems. So it gave him the confidence coming back into this season. I can do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'll get you a Jay. I'll get you another Amari Cooper. We can get James Washington out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, bro, don't you? If you find yourself wanting to hope it fails, it's weird. But you don't want to lose because I hate. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but you
right.
don't want. I don't want Stephen Jones walking around feeling himself.
Right, but
I mean, one thing I hate about this organization is him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating, but like I said, Stephen Jones, that uncle's like, man, you ain't got to go to AutoZone. I'll fix your brakes. And all of a sudden, you're trying to fix your brakes, and now all of a sudden, your suspension's all messed up, and you got to go back to AutoZone and pay double. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what at home.
Yeah, like, bro, like, yeah, you done messed up everything in my car, bro. I should just went and got it fixed. And that's what Stephen Jones is going to do. He's like, I'm going to fix this offense. I'm going to do it my way. And if it breaks and we get dog walk versus Philly, we start off 0-2, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be looking at what kind of trades can we get. We're going to get a first-round pick for some wide receiver.
We got bread. So we got some assets.
And that's what I've been asking y'all. Somebody in the chat tell me, if I'm DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm going upstairs and be like, where did my money go?
I'm flipping tables.
Bro, where's my money at? You told me you're going to restructure my deal to sign my homeboy, Randy Gregory. You botched that. You lose Amari Cooper. You botched that. It's like I was saying the other day. I was like, I would just sign Dalton Schultz to his deal. So then I feel more comfortable. Like, all right, the money went to Dalton Schultz. All right,
bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the money? The Cowboys ran off with the Kirk's money.
If we just swooped in and said, all right, you know what? Let's get Hicks from the Bears. Let's go get. I'm talking about let's solidify our team with some veterans. Let's go get Barr. Let's go get Hicks. Let's go get let's go get T.Y. Hilton. Let's get a veteran receiver. I'd shut up. Yo, my fault, Steven.
Right.
You came through with the Dollar General picks, but you know what? I would say veteran. All right, young, old. But he still ain't even doing that. I don't know what the deal is.
Someone asked me today on Twitter, like, are we done in all season? I'm like, yeah, bro. It's a dub for me. Like, I think we're done. I mean, there's some players out there that you might do, but we done the Anthony Barr thing because we did it last year with Wright. You know what I'm saying? We did it with Wack. You know what I'm saying? We continue to go down this train.
Bro, they're gonna sign somebody like Hitchens, and I'm gonna get more mad.
Right. You know, or I ain't gonna say because I'm gonna piss Cowboys fans off. But
what are they saving it for though? Let me ask you.
There's another linebacker he already paying for anyway. You know.
Is he out there?
Yeah, he ain't signed.
I thought he was a Giant.
I don't think he re-signed the Giants. I don't think he did.
I would take him back right now.
I have to double check. Is he on the Giants, y'all? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But I think
I ain't afraid to say man's name.
all this ring views is dropped, man.
I would take Jalen. You know why? I'm looking for depth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's not that I'm saying I need it. The only position I would say, it ain't really a position where I'm looking for a definitive starter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm past that with most of our team.
Right.
I would take T.Y. Hilton right now because I'm just saying a veteran receiver.
Right.
No, I would have took Juice Landry, but that's
yeah.
I'm just saying I take a veteran receiver because of the knowledge they bring to the room. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a room. I take a veteran D tackle because of what they can bring to the room.
Yeah, they confirm he's a free agent. He ain't signed.
You know what I'm saying? I would take Jalen Smith because you know what? First of all, he bleeds blue, and we're not bringing him back to start.
And we are already paying him $6 million.
Now, would he come back? Well, first of all,
he absolutely
if
would.
they're going to come back and we ain't got to pay him nothing extra, come on down.
Right.
But my point is, you can't tell me that. I know the only thing that them younger linebackers are than Jalen Smith right now is just completely just faster.
Right.
But he definitely has experience enough that he can be depth. Like if people get to the point where like he can't even be depth on the team, that's crazy.
I mean, but when the chat's bad, bro. They leaving it out, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's about depth. It ain't even about That's another stream for another day. But you can't tell me that Jalen Smith can't be depth. He that bad?
Because here's what people don't understand, right? You have Micah Parsons who's going to be moving around. You have Cox who's coming off the ACL injury. It was a miracle season last year that LVE, I don't know what kind of juice he drank or whatever. He didn't catch COVID. He didn't get nothing. He didn't miss any games. But if LVE gets nicked up,
Can I get the LVE from the San Fran game though? Because he was out there.
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there balling. But it's like if LVE gets nicked up, then our linebacker core gets depleted. Because me personally, and I'm not sure if you know, Ron, I don't think Damone Clark is going to play this season. I think it's going to be a red shirt.
No, I'm not. That's
yeah.
Me and you on the same page with the injured players.
Right.
Look, I'm Captain Kool-Aid. Look,
right.
I got something right here. Look, you know I am, but I'm also not. Look, some stuff just like, come on, man.
Right.
I know Michael Gallup's coming back before November. That's a fact. If he comes back, shock me. I'll be excited. But, you know what I'm saying? Damone Clark, I almost don't want him to play.
Right.
You signed Anthony Barr because I do think he's a talent.
Right.
Looking at him like, why would you risk an asset?
Right.
Do not force that young man, because even if he comes back in December, what are you thinking he's a rookie?
Right.
Even if he's an all-world tackler.
Right.
He comes back in December. If first of all, if we're put like this is the best way to put it, and I'll be quiet about it. If we're depending on Damone Clark to swing the pendulum, the season lost.
Right.
We need to do something else.
Right.
They're not hating him.
Exactly. But if you think about it from that standpoint, the depth gets depleted if LVE goes out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
would you take? Let me just play the. Would you take?
Hey, Kendra, hey, appreciate the super chat, $10 holler. Appreciate you. Go ahead.
The super chat on phone?
Kendra, she didn't go ahead and ask a question. Kendra, she didn't ask a question. She just donated, but appreciate
absolutely. Ask a question. Would you take Anthony Hitchens?
No, man. I mean, I feel like I would rather take.
Go backwards.
I would rather take Jalen Smith over Anthony Hitchens.
All right, so we even on that. Obviously, you would take Anthony Barr. I don't really gotta ask you that.
Right.
That's more so. Would we do it?
Yeah.
Do you think? Who's it? We got two UDFAs that look like they might have a little bit of potential. Story Jackson and the other guy.
Yeah.
Hansford.
Yeah, I mean, so we drafted what's his name? Is it Harper out of
Harper
out of Oklahoma State? So I mean, we have some other guys in house, but like it's gonna take them a minute to kind of get revved up. They're kind of special teams guys right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. So
yeah,
I can't. And it's not that they can't grow into something.
Right.
But it's flashy as Story Jackson's tape looks. His tape from Liberty.
Right.
They're not putting Story Jackson out there.
And Five Rings just mentioned it. So, you know, I was extremely high on Marquis Bell. Like, Marquis Bell was my guy in this draft. I honestly would have drafted him. But there's
I don't mess with his position. I hate when they do that.
Huh?
Don't mess with his position. They want him to, yo, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're trying to talk about him being linebacker. But granted, that's kind of hybrid. That's where the NFL's kind of shifting. So he can kind of be like that J-Ron curse. But
if they're grooming him to be cursed, like grooming him to be cursed, fine, I'll shut up.
Right.
But if you're trying to just do what you did to Israel Mukwamu, like you're just playing another position, don't do that.
Hey, Professor O, appreciate you, my guy. Salute to my guys, just supporting, no question. Professor O with the $20 holler, appreciate you, my guy. So yeah, man. I feel like can Marquis Bell transition to that? Nah, I mean.
I know he's good in the box.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're using him for. Like, I feel like the thing that made J-Ron Kerr so special is that he could tackle. He's a solid tackler. He can impact the game at all three levels. Like, asking a rookie to kind of come in and take on that role, it's a lot. So it's going to be a slow play.
To do it, and he's like, train up behind J-Ron, be a sponge.
Right.
For God forbid, please knock on wood, if J-Ron get nicked.
Right.
You could come in and do things like him, then I'm like, that's smart.
Right.
They're physically similar. I feel like that's a good play. That's how you should build your team.
Right.
Have the next person being groomed, have them younger, etc.
Well, I think that's the case because you see how they janked J-Ron around in his contract. So, you know, they already plotted, you know.
But if they trying to make him, Marquis, you think you can do some Micah stuff? No. Stop.
Right. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
What about Jabril?
Right. I think Jabril Cox is going to be solid, man. If he comes back fully healthy from the flashes that we saw from him last year, I love Jabril Cox. And then, so granted, you can kind of count him as a rookie because he had, get a lot of reps last year. But I think I think that's what kind of gives me some optimism, man. Like, I feel like last year's class is going to take a drastic leap forward. Just thinking about it this year, you're going to have Osa in a full year, next to a full year of Neville Gallimore. You know what I'm saying? You still have Chauncey Golston because even though he was kind of a rotational guy, he got a lot of reps last year when D-Law was out. So he's going to take a leap forward. What happens with Kelvin Joseph remains to be unseen. Now, if we're talking about,
I get Anthony.
But yeah, but if we're just talking about from a pure just talent perspective, Kelvin Joseph is talented. You know what I'm saying?
He would have been ready. if he wasn't wilding.
Right. That's why I said last night. Like, my advice to Kelvin Joseph: lose the whole boss man fat. Just be Kelvin Joseph.
I think that's a wrap.
Yeah. Just be football. Focus
Can
on.
I say something to that?
He's going to have to earn their trust.
From what I've heard, and all this stuff is take with a grain of salt. I'm not an insider. From what I've heard, my little, ears to the street. Since his wild out, they said he been early and at the star every day.
Oh yeah.
And obviously it's because he shook.
Right. Yeah.
To the core. I could still lose everything.
Everything. Like, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everything. You know what I'm saying? And he'll just be an afterthought.
Right.
I'm praying. What happened is tragic.
Right.
Prayers to the family and everything. So I don't ever want to make light of football and just act like that ain't happened.
Right.
I'm praying that, and I said this, the one video I did about it, if anything comes with this and he does somehow duck the wrath, I'm praying that he not only is happy that he ducked the wrath and he can play football, he knows that you just got a second chance at overall life.
Right.
Take advantage, because he does have talent.
Right.
And he would bring stuff to this team.
Yeah.
But I don't want him, bro. I've been beating the Kelvin Joseph drum since he got in the league.
Yeah.
But I don't want him if he's not going to bring, it ain't just your athleticism. You got to bring, I'm a true teammate to the table.
Right.
Do you care about this team or you care about yourself?
Right. Yeah. And I think that was the reason, because like I said, I was out there at camp. My big game James was out there. West, like all of us, Law Nation, Vach. Like, Kelvin Joseph outplayed Anthony Brown at camp. Like, you didn't see a distinguished line between the two. But what it really came down to is I trust Anthony Brown. I trust Jordan Lewis. You know what I'm saying? So Mike McCarthy even came out and kind of said it, he has to kind of get caught up in the playbook, or, you know what I'm saying? Because they were pretty much questioning his commitment to the game of football. And rightfully so. And that was one of the things I kind of brought out. I was like, I know he said, football is my job and rapping. But he was dropping albums in the middle of camp. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as of right now, he has to be 1,000% committed to football. But I feel like with the talent, he can definitely excel and definitely give us some value add, if everything else shapes out. So I think last year's class is going to take a drastic leap forward, which could help this year's class. But this year's class is going to have to be day one ready, just due to position, and there's not a lot of, opportunity there. Tyler Smith can't slow play. You know what I'm saying? He can't kind of just work his way in, and then in November he's ready. Like, he has to come out the gate ready. Jalen Tolbert's going to come out the gate ready.
What do you do when a player is raw and young, and what you want to do? You want to build confidence. Let me at least let you know. Let me help you do things that'll make you feel, oh, I'm good on this level. Mm-hmm. I don't need you second guessing yourself. So if I was smart, if I was Kellen Moore and I wanted to be smart, I would be putting Tyler Smith in Philbin and Mike McCarthy. Let me just, even though people act like dudes don't exist.
Right. Right.
I would put Tyler Smith, like you said, in what you good at. You're a mauler. You want to get physical. You young. You got a little attitude to you. I hear you in your interviews.
Right.
All right.
Looking like Amari Cooper,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big Coop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big
I was start calling him just Big Coop, man. You know what I'm saying?
Big Coop. You know what I'm saying? Let him do what he's good at.
Right.
Even if like you were saying with Sam Williams, we talked about it earlier. Mm-hmm. Sam Williams he got one really good first step move, and he got one really good fake to the outside, cut back inside. We got like two pass rush moves.
Right, and see, and that's why I trust the Sam Williams pick, even now, without everything taken into consideration, because I know Dan Quinn, and it's on Dan Quinn's tab versus Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? So I know Dan Quinn's going to find that one thing that Sam Williams does great, and to say, go do that for a little bit, and we'll fix the other stuff later, like he did with Micah. You know what I'm saying? Like that first game versus Tampa, he had Micah in coverage. You know what I'm saying? No. Just come forward, come downhill. Get to the quarterback.
We did all year.
Yeah.
You don't need the green dot.
Right.
Stop thinking.
Right. Stop thinking.
Kurt.
Right.
You take the green dot.
Right.
First of all, to know who to give it to is a big deal.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have thought to give it to Curse.
Right.
I'm stupid. I'm like, D-Law, take it. I ain't even on the field.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He gave it to Curse. So if they smart enough, like whatever Tolbert's really good skill set is early, you know what I'm saying? His best routes. We're going to lean into that. Let's get you confident and start building from there. It's like what they do with quarterbacks.
Right.
Oh, you young. We 20 to 25 passes a game.
Right.
Play action, eight of those passes, running. get you some real easy button hook type routes.
Right.
We're gonna work you into this thing.
Simplify it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
My
you
brother's
can't
position.
come out. And here's the thing, Cowboys Nation, y'all have to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out there thinking Jalen Tolbert has to be a Amari Cooper. I don't want to compare him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to let him grow and become his own player. It's going to be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be up to Kellen Moore to prove how he's going to utilize him in his offense, because he's going to have to do it out the gate. Now, I know we have some other wide receivers, Femi, Osiris Mitchell, CJ, like some of those guys that people bring up. I think it's going to be on Jalen Tolbert to really take the toll and run with it, and also James Washington. So it's going to be interesting.
Look, James Washington was a Biletnikoff Award winner. He has talent.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be like, sometimes you can say, I can see when the fall off happened.
Right.
Ben Roethlisberger fell off,
right.
and he didn't. If you don't vibe with the other 2 or 3 quarterbacks, Rudolph and all the other dudes, you might become an afterthought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna just throw it to Claypool because he's
right.
bigger than everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why. I'm not saying we have a Pro Bowler in the dark. I'm also saying that if the Cowboys have shown me one thing over the last couple of years, they can take a James Washington and make him look good. I saw Quinn come here.
Right.
Robert Quinn came here and was like, he's still nice. I saw Randall Cobb come here and be like,
right.
oh, he's still nice. Like,
right.
we good at that. So
right.
I'm not saying that he won't be decent.
Right.
I'm not saying that. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I know we got some haters in the house, but I feel like this is going to be the season where people are going to really see the value of Dak Prescott as the quarterback.
Well, look, Dak, this might be the biggest blessing, because people will always been able to, like, it's literally verbally saying, Coop made your career.
Right.
That's what I've been hearing.
Right.
So, well, never mind. Let me act like they're not going to find something else to talk about. But at least he could knock this one thing off the list.
Right.
He could knock it, because it ain't like he's going to unlock I guess we can't hate on Dak no more.
Right. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Right.
But they will at least be able to say, okay, it wasn't Coop.
Right.
And they'll find something else.
Yeah, they'll blame somebody else. But let's go ahead and get into the schedule, my guy, real quick, man. Yeah. Everybody, the chat's going crazy right now. I'm not sure if it's an Eagles fan in here and everyone's going ham on him. It's ticking, man. It's ticking, man. So let me go ahead and get your thoughts. Now, for me personally, to be honest with you, bro, I don't like this rematch versus the Bucs week 1. You know what I'm saying?
Like it.
I'm just looking at it from the fan lens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just kind of dry. Like, okay, again, the same thing, rematch, Bucs at home week 1. I kind of wanted something else, but we got it. What is your thoughts going into this week 1 matchup versus the Tampa Bay Bucs?
I look at it like this, man. I'll use one of our national haters.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are better than the media want to admit, because they're having fun with this whole underdog thing with the Cowboys. But
it's like they want to give it to us, but they don't want to give it. Like, I'm just like, just give it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video. We're just gonna take the underdogs. Tomorrow's video I'll drop. The Dallas Cowboys are the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to us.
Nah, but it's good though. It's one of those things where the Cowboys really do thrive on doubt. We lately. Right. I don't know. 90s Cowboys, I gotta give them their own era. It's different. I'm talking about lately, last 10 years.
Right.
We don't thrive on success.
Right. I agree.
We start feeling ourselves. We start, looking in the mirror and thinking you see Troy Emmett and
right.
Mike. I'm one of them. No, you're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't do well with
trophies, bro.
But when we get doubted, I've seen us genuinely show up. And I'm not talking about, because there's a difference between walking into that 49ers game. It wasn't just doubt. It was kind of split. It wasn't like people didn't think that we shouldn't be on that field.
Right.
There was people saying that the 49ers were more physical than us.
Right.
But I didn't get the sense of Cowboys probably shouldn't even be there. Like,
right.
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
This year, literally going like the underdog role is past the underdog role. It's disrespectful. Like, they're saying they're basically saying Zeke is washed. Dak can't throw without Coop.
CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 wide receiver.
The defense left and went to Denver. The whole defense was apparently just Randy Gregory.
And we had the worst draft in the entire NFL.
You know one thing they don't never bring up? The media never brings up when they bringing up all these players, and I see a whole bunch of, well, this person is about to elevate. Like, prime example, I seen Eagles fans earlier saying that Mike Epps or what is his name? Mike Epps. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it is because our guy Joe tagged the wrong Mike Epps. He tagged
is his name really Mike Epps?
I think so.
Epps.
It's Mike Epps or Matt Epps, something like that. Who knows?
They're saying elevated season's coming. He about to take the next step and all this extra stuff. Cool, maybe he will. That's not really my point. But why can't some of our players that really was balling next year, why they got to stay stagnant? Why the Cowboys players always just can't elevate?
Right.
Why can't CD elevate? Why can't Micah elevate? Why can't Diggs elevate? Why can't Oso Digizua elevate? Why can't, if you said D-Law probably going to be what D-Law is.
Right.
Fine. D-Law is 30. Yeah, he going to be what he is. But why can't Steele continue to elevate? I saw Steele.
I guess his name is Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps, I guess.
Marcus Epps. My fault. I thought it was Mike Epps.
I think Joe tagged Mike Epps in the post.
They got me. My fault. I wasn't even trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I really thought his name was Mike.
Yeah.
My point is, why is it that? And I know. Well, I know why. It's just because you hate the Cowboys.
Right.
But you would have to be retarded to think that. You know, like, let's just say the Eagles. Let's just throw them out there because that's been the fun topic, right?
Right.
Let's just say they got, I'll even add Jalen Hurts. They got Jalen Hurts, and they got Devontae Smith, and they got A.J. Brown, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to name none of their running backs because in my mind, their running backs are all mid.
Oh,
they mid.
Oh, there was guessing, as Marcus says. I don't know. I'm going to find out the dude's name.
Their running backs are mid, right? But they got Devontae Smith. They got Dallas Goedert. They got good offensive pieces.
Right.
You can put Hurts in there. That's not my point I'm trying to make. And then they got Reddick, and they got, I'm not counting the rookies really yet. I'm counting people that established players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got Reddick. They brought over Bradbury. They got Slay, right? They got Jabril Cox.
You got the Godfather
Harper
in the building. Law Nation. What's going on, bro?
Oh, shout out to Law. But we can do that too.
Right.
We got legitimate, CeeDee Lamb is a legitimate great receiver. 1,100 yards ain't nothing to sneeze at as the second and third option.
Right.
So you got CeeDee Lamb. You will have Michael Gallup at a point. You can act like he don't exist.
Right.
He gon' show back up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got Dak Prescott.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That kind of gives us a big leap.
Right.
When he's on the field, legitimately, Tyron Smith can still ball.
And this, not to cut you off, bro. That's why I need Cowboys fans to understand. As long as Dak is up there standing, we gonna be in the thick of things.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what people need to understand is like, yo, as long as my quarterback is out there, I'm going against anybody, any team with Dak Prescott. And I think a lot of people need to see that and appreciate it because think about it. When's the last game we had Dak and we completely dog walked? I mean, Denver.
Healthy Dak, not something crazy.
I mean, what was Denver? I mean, I know we made a push, so I'll give Denver. You know what I'm saying? But Denver just had our number that day. But it's like, I don't see a game.
Well, at the end of the day, you played 4 quarters, and at the end of the 4 quarters, it wasn't a dog walking.
Right. Because we
garbage yards.
because we started to figure it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate that term because when Aaron Rodgers get blown off the field and he can't put it together, and he in the game with 3, I've seen it happen.
Oh yeah.
Where's yards? So you guys would give more credit if Dak just says, you know what, it's the middle of the 3rd quarter. I quit.
Right. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you're right though. Tuck. At the end of the day, the most important position in football is the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Let's just stop. Let's put all the jokes to the side. I know people like to say, but outside the quarterback, no. Outside the quarterback gets you the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
Or you the Saints. Or you the Bucks before Tom showed up.
Right.
The quarterback is that important. Or you the Rams.
Right.
Before Stafford shows up. You can't act like the quarterback position ain't that important.
Right.
So until your quarterback shows me viable jumping, because he got to make a big jump just to get to Dak in a mediocre year.
Right.
Not to get to Dak.
You got to get to rookie season, Dak.
Let me ask you this question, Tuck, because you a film connoisseur,
right?
And you an athlete and all of that. What's the difference between rehabbing and training?
Because with rehabbing, man, your focus is just on that one particular injury. You know what I'm saying? So you're just focusing on. So for Dak, it was getting the leg right. Now when it comes to Dak, how he's training, he's just focusing on the sport. You know what I'm saying? So he's being able to do everything. And here's what I mean. I hope we see it. But people forget when Dak is mobile and utilizing his legs, what that opens up for our offense. And I know they kind of pulled it last year from him, but if he's fully healthy to go, because we saw at the end of the year where he was like, you know what, I'm taking off. You know what I'm saying? So that's a chain mover.
He finally trusted his ankle.
Yeah, he finally trusted the ankle and the calf.
Yeah,
so
then,
like,
then he got the ball punched out in the.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
He was ready though.
But people don't understand how big Dak Prescott is. Like, he is built like, you know what I'm saying, like a machine. So he's able to put his body down and run. Like, I don't want him taking the punishment, because if he goes down, then we might as well just, pull the cords off, you know what I'm saying, go on vacation. But yeah, I feel like Dak is fully capable of having an impactful season, and he's taking a leap. And that's what people gotta understand. Every year, Dak has slowly increased and gotten better. That's why I was saying this year's where we're gonna see the value of him if he continues that trend. Because think about it. Now, here's my concern when it comes to Dak. It takes him a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened in that Kansas City game, CeeDee Lamb goes down, you just have Michael Gallup. He was a little shaky with the offensive line. Then the Raiders game without CD and Coop, he's like, all right, I got it figured out now. You know what I'm saying? So it's those little instances where I think he might get hit a little bit, like, all right, how do I really work out Jalen Tolbert and James Washington? But then it's gonna click. So if we take our lumps week 1, I guarantee you by week 2, he's gonna have it figured out. So
we're going through the schedule. I think that we beat Tampa in a physical game.
Yeah,
I'm just going to put it out there.
You would think.
And look, the story, because they always got to find a narrative. The story going into the next week won't be, it'll be the Cowboys beat Tampa, but did they really? Because it wasn't on Dak.
Yeah, and yeah, it was Zeke, and it's the offensive line, Zeke and Pollard, and Tom Brady's teams always get off to a slow start. And it's not the same Tampa team that won the Super Bowl. Can they do it against a real contender? Then we'll go into week 2.
I think that first game we can win, but I do think that we might split between. I don't know if we'll sweep it. Look, you know me. I'll say 2 though, because I'm wrong. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't come back like you said when you was with Tuck.
Right.
Y'all go 1-1. No.
And that's like you telling people, can I get to camp first? You know what I'm saying? They want me to make all these predictions, like, bro, because here's the problem with that. I need a lot of people to understand here. If I was to go right now and make a projection of what we're gonna win, what our record's gonna be, it's just like when people say the Cowboys got the easiest strength of schedule because they're basing off of last year.
Yeah.
Them Giants ain't last year's Giants. Them Eagles ain't last year's Eagles. Them whatever their name is ain't last year's whatever their name was. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely new season.
It's funny because some of the teams that people circle as a loss might not, like, I don't know if the Titans gonna be the Titans.
Right. You know
they might come back to earth, and like you said, somebody like a Detroit, good luck, Philly. That's your first game.
Right.
Somebody like Detroit might take a step forward because they build it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, oh, Detroit a harder out than we assumed.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's hard to gauge it until I can kind of see how things are shaping up in camp. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to kind of say, like, I don't like to base this year's predictions off of last year. Now, of course, you can kind of just go through it.
You know that me saying the team's going to go 12-5 again because I just glanced at the schedule. I did no in-depth thought. I said, looking at these teams, because the way I do it, bro, if I got to talk myself into a loss, I'm not doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't just be like, that could probably be a loss. If I got to, like, try to force it, I'm not doing it. So I like to look at it more. So when I did my schedule prediction, because I try to just be natural, midway through it, I said, I can't do game to game because I'm trying to talk myself into losses, and the optimism of me is hard.
Right.
I'm just saying this. I know that when I look at that schedule, I don't think there's a team on there I just be like, yo, I don't think we need to show up.
And that's the thing. There's no team I look like where I'm like, it ain't gonna happen. Like so it's difference between last year, right? Last year, y'all know a lot of people was afraid of Tampa, but I was so afraid I was ready to fight back. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, this is a team where we really got to prove ourselves back to the wall. You know what I'm saying? It was more fight or flight. I felt that with Tampa last year. I don't feel that with them this year.
They're not quite as strong. Like,
it's different. It was different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
their team lost some people. Let's not.
And I mean, hell, look who the person who killed us. You know what I'm saying? He out in Dubai right now on a boat with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Antonio Brown out there right now. You know what I'm saying? So
now you're right. Look, I'm looking at Tampa. Their front seven a little weaker.
Right.
At least with unknowns. Let's just say with unknowns.
Right.
They O-line had a little bit of movement. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, and I'm not saying that they haven't replaced it with play. I'm saying the continuity that they bragged about last year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we played together, we brought everyone back. That ain't necessarily the case. And their secondary been sweet. And I ain't seen nobody else really get added.
Right.
I know that ain't quite our strength right now.
Right.
But my point is, they're not a juggernaut outside of 12. 12 is going to forever be a juggernaut in my mind because
he's just the difference maker. You know what I'm saying?
But Gage ain't necessarily Antonio Brown.
Right.
And Mike Evans is Mike Evans. Godwin is Godwin. But I saw...
You don't know if Gronk's returning or not. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And look, I know they got Howard still, right? And Bray.
Right.
But they not Gronk.
Right.
That touchdown that Gronk scored was purely off of just we played together for man long.
Right.
I saw that.
I just know my guy.
Relief.
Right. I just know my guy.
So my point is, and hopefully this year they don't do us dirty like let Levante David take his helmet off mid-game.
Right.
And like small things like that. But
right.
We can get into that another time. I'm just saying, I don't feel like Tampa or anybody on our schedule for that matter is just lights out. That's a lot. Like we looked at the Chiefs game last year, like, ooh.
Yeah, it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but even with that game was a winnable game. It was boring as hell, to be honest with you. I was out there.
Yeah, I was not.
You know what I'm saying? But like when CD went down with the concussion, like it just opened things up, and I kept waiting for the Chiefs to close the casket, but we kind of hung around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said Dak kind of took his lumps because Chris Jones completely just wrecked that game. You know what I'm saying? But then that next game versus Vegas, even though he got to a slow start, Dak picked it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He found his rhythm with just Michael Gallup and Cedric Wilson as the primary wide receiver. So like I said, it's going to be important that Dak, James Washington, Tolbert, all of them are in sync out the gate, which I think they will
should
be.
At Dak house tonight. He got
he should be. Hit Tolbert, bro. Where you at, fam? You ain't Dak's house?
I know they can't practice because of the NFL. But ain't nobody say they couldn't.
Dak got a whole football field in his backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they need to be out there and be on sync. So, you know, it's really gonna come down to also Kellen Moore, man. Like Kellen Moore is going to have to up his resume.
Here's
the thing I'll say about Kellen Moore. Maybe, and here's what I'm hoping and praying, y'all. Maybe it was an ego hit last year when he was applying for all them jobs and getting passed over. That I ain't as high as attractive as I think I am.
It, though.
You know what I'm saying?
He needed that.
Right. I think he needed that because everyone was already counting him as the heir apparent in Dallas. That was the golden boy. He's like, oh, if I'm the golden here, I'm golden there. And they were like, nah, fam. You know what I'm saying? We didn't saw your film, but what about your friend Dan Quinn, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they really wanted. So maybe that's going to humble Kellen Moore to be like, all right, I can go back to basics. Hopefully Mike McCarthy will figure out what is it he exactly does, has his hands on the offense a little bit more, get closer to Dak, mend that relationship, and really build it. You're going to have to trust the coaching staff this year. With the projected drafts that we got, it's going to be on the coaching staff. So, you know.
Let me give Kellen Moore a little bit of grace. He's still young in this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's still young in this, like real green. Like NFL coaches be coaching for like 30 years when they get a shot.
Right.
He's been coaching for what? 4 years?
I mean, he's been around, but yeah, about 4.
I'm just saying, like, legitimately.
Well, yeah, 4 or 5, right?
About 4 or 5.
Yeah. And
like the last 2 or 3 has been his real coaching chops.
The real OC.
Learning how to game plan.
Right.
You know, and last year he got a lesson in you have to be able to counter.
Right.
I don't care what you wrote out the week before.
Right.
Sometimes I have to, and sometimes you got to learn it. Like my kids. The stove is hot. Now I'm gonna touch it.
Right. Yeah. And he burned, right.
And he learned. So, because let's be clear, there's one hot seat in Dallas. Mike McCarthy can't be on the hot seat. He already mentally fired.
Right.
You can't be on the hot seat when people don't have faith in you. Like
that's unfortunate. He's already the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Like
fired already.
Yeah.
He might he having box back and he ain't even do nothing.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I said, because if this season unravels, the first person they're gonna go to is Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Like
but Kellen, this is why he's on the hot seat, I said. Because people don't think Mike is good anyway. Mike can win another 12 games, and if we don't make it to the chip, they're gonna hate him. Right? So Mike has already made his bet. He's like, whatever. Kellen is coaching for his career. Because if he has another bad year, he'll never get another head coaching shot.
Right.
It'll just be, he'll end up in the college ranks.
Right. Right.
So he really got pressure. Like, he can't have a slip up year because people going to be like, you wasn't really good. And he'll be a boy.
Reaper said, I forgot that Godwin tore his ACL in December, so he'll probably be out too that first game. Really? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Look, Fournette versus Zeke, let's go.
Right. Hey, he's gonna be run the ball, man. It's gonna come down to our brand new kicker.
That game. It's gonna be 16-10.
Yeah, 10-7. You know what I'm saying? Like, there we go. But yeah, I agree. Like, there's a lot of pressure for Kellen Moore to really take that leap forward to prove that he is an offensive coordinator at the NFL level, or a head coach caliber player. So
when you want it that way, though, bro, when you wanted a hot, don't he deserve a hot seat? When you get given the praise he got so early, how do you grow in life? You gotta have trials
and that's the thing, and that's always been the problem in Dallas, bro. They make it too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm friends with Jerry, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I need some pressure on the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Even with Joe Philbin, like with Philbin, the offensive line coach, like if you do not develop this first round talent that we got in Tyler Smith, you need to be up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what though? It shouldn't be. Remember that little 5-second story of Big Duke might be coaching him?
Yeah, that was the you know what I'm saying?
But my point is, why if they gotta have
what was even the announcement? Do you remember the announcement?
It was, I don't know. I know he liked to mess with people's emotions. Because he's good at what he do.
Right.
And he does pro bono work. Right. So maybe he could be working with Tyler Smith now on some pro bono work.
Right.
Fine. Because he's the reason apparently that Terrence still made the league.
Right.
My point is this. Philbin, the Cowboys got to have somebody with their ears to the street. Right. Somebody got to be paying attention to what we do on Twitter.
Right.
It might not be who we wanted to be, but somebody.
They absolutely pay attention. They absolutely pay attention to what we do.
So they should have, if they should be like, hey man, the fan base got super crazily hyped when they thought Big Duke was going to be working here.
Right.
Hey Philbin, you might want to turn up. I know you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you paying attention to stuff, I ain't never seen a fan base get so hyped about a fake little announcement. We almost thought that he was gonna say, I'm the new offensive line.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was something big. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what y'all been waiting on, Cowboys. It's like, what's going on? But think about it, how big his sponsors is. You got Zach Martin as his sponsor. You got Terrence Steele as his sponsor. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like,
he got other linemen. He started
he's with Rashawn Slater. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a full repertoire, a catalog of people. So it's like,
but pay the man. Like, look, Jerry. Look, this is money that don't even come out the salary cap.
Right. Yeah.
Don't pay him to pull Tyler Smith to the side and teach him some of the basics.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people have issues with Tyler Smith and the penalties. Like I said, he is going to be a lot better at the NFL level. Like I said, he was only 21. And Tyler Smith, man, he came out and snitched on himself today, bro. He came out and said, man, they were going to pay me to transfer. Like, hell, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I get it. But, you know what I'm saying? A little too loud.
Well, I think he wanted I think he thought, because he's young. This is a young man.
Right.
If I make them feel like I could have been in one of them big schools.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Fans will embrace me more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Nick Saban's going to toss me the bag to come to Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
And even if it's true,
it was true because there was a lot of conversation about him going to the SEC. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, you want us to get excited, Tyler Smith, at this joint practice versus Denver, ball somebody up.
Right.
Like you ball people up in college.
Right.
I don't even care if it's a play that you don't pull up. All he got to do is just show what everyone's keep telling me that physical wise, if he lined up against Jordan Davis, and I'm gonna go there because I like to egg people on.
Right.
That he ain't gonna get physically dominated.
Yeah, he's not gonna get tossed around like
that's all
like Connor was.
And the fans will be like, you know what? Cool.
Yeah. and that's what I keep trying to explain to people at the guard position. There's a lot of work to be done. But like I said, it's like basketball, bro. You just got a big man. He just 7 foot. He just big. He gonna be able to get under the basket and just get some dunks. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my mask. Like that's gonna be Tyler Smith. He's gonna be big enough just to get out there and just move some stuff around, and then all of the technique's gonna really come along with it. You know what I'm saying? Versus Connor never really had the strength, so you're automatically getting bullied, pushed back, and
he's all technique.
Yeah. He was all technique with no girth. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to change with Tyler Smith out there because this is the big body. Run behind him and Ty Smith, you know what I'm saying? It's going to help Tyler be honest a lot too as well, especially on those chip blocks as well. So it's like, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm for it. It wasn't sexy, but it was needed.
Ferguson, Ty Smith, Tyron Smith, and Tyler Smith, and run right behind him.
Right.
And I don't care if it's 4 yards. I want whoever's in front of them 3. Yo, this is gonna be a long day.
That's what I want. That's what I'm saying. Is come out and establish dominance at the line of scrimmage. I would love for Dallas to do that. First drive, you know what? We're just gonna run it down Tampa's throat.
You know what though? I've seen that in the San Fran game. I know people don't want to talk about it.
But here's what people got to understand, because I know a lot of people are low on Zeke. When Zeke was healthy, those first like 2 to 3 games, the run game was there. You know what I'm saying? The run game, I mean, you go back to week 2 versus the Chargers, the run game was there. Like the capability is there once Zeke got nicked up, but you got to commit to it. You can't start
I saw
off,
Zeke,
you know what I'm saying?
that play in the Vikings game. He won that game.
Right.
I know Coop made that catch. With that one play where he broke that tackle to set up that touchdown.
Right.
That is Zeke before he got hurt.
Right.
And that ain't I know everybody's like, I mean, what is that? No. I watched Zeke literally will himself to break. He broke like 3 tackles.
Right. And
that
that's what like I said, y'all, I refuse to drop and bore y'all with another channel or another video on this channel on how to use Zeke and Tony Pollard. But something's gonna have to give. Now, here's what I worry about. I feel like this is gonna be Zeke's last year as a Dallas Cowboy, and I just pray and pray and pray that they don't try to Amari Cooper Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Try to get his values and his touches down, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to spin it with the fan base. But let's say, for instance, Zeke comes out and he has 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns. You can't move on from him. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of push him down a little bit and lift Pollard up a little bit. But it all depends on what Pollard's going to be asking for too. You know, because if you
can move on from Zeke that way, right? You can do 1,500 yards and you could just say, look, because at the end of the day, it's still a business. Zeke knows a business because Zeke held out.
Right.
Turnabout is fair play. That'll be the Cowboys' turn to do basically, look, Zeke, we got out. So your contract's high. We got an out.
Yeah, my guy O said it's coming. I know it's coming.
It's coming. But my thing is that we big boys, we grown men.
Right.
I would love for the Cowboys to start handling stuff like grown men. Look,
right.
You can ball out. Robert Woods balled out, ripped his knee up, and got traded. But when they traded him, they said they released a press release. We really appreciate what you did for us. We always going to love you. You always a Ram in our hearts. That's all you got to do. Look, Zeke.
The same that the Kansas City Chiefs did with Tyrann Mathieu. You know, hey, we appreciate everything you did, all the sacrifice. We'll always love you, be a Chiefs. Best of luck at your new endeavor.
And just say this, look,
you know what I'm saying? But the Cowboys always got to go snakish with it. You know what I'm saying?
You want to take $8 million? No, all right. Best
right. and that's what I'm saying. The Cowboys always got to kind of do is kind of snake-handed. You know, make it ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it ain't got to be that way. But
because they adult men making money. It's like when we go to work, bro.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
You have coworkers.
Yeah. If my job has to lay me off, they're not gonna go on Twitter and announce, you know what I'm saying, turn all the customers against me. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know, but you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how it happens, man. But hey, my guy Ron, go ahead.
Faith in Zeke still?
Huh?
Do you have faith in Zeke still?
Faith in Zeke? Yeah, absolutely. Now, do I think he's do I think he's 2016 rookie season? No, but I think that he can still be utilized and still be effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to take Zeke and put him in Cleveland or put him in Baltimore, he's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? But my problem when we brought in Mike McCarthy is the way that he uses his running backs isn't the way that I think that Zeke needs to be utilized. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's just not a 10 carry, 12 carry guy. He's the ball in hand, he's going to break. That's more Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a guy you're going to need 15 to 20 to even get him revved up, because Zeke only really, if you think about Zeke, he really comes alive in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Those games where it's tight and gritty and you need to get out with the win, that's when it's Zeke's time. Like I said, he's always been my wild thing, the closer, but I just think that I just don't know how Mike McCarthy and his offense kind of plan on using Zeke unless they're going to go back to the whole traditional way of, you know what? We're just going to get active, hit y'all in the mouth, And then once we hit y'all in the mouth, we're going to hit y'all over the top and go with it that way, which I'm definitely okay with that approach.
The magic number for me is Zeke was 200 yards. As in, he had a G last year. And I know it was a struggle G.
Right.
I know they forced him to get the G. My point is this. Without that injury, I feel like Zeke could have got another 150 to 200 yards.
Right.
And my point is, if Zeke left that season with 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns, we ain't even having this conversation.
But and my guy Law tweeted this. I know you said something. Cowboys fans, y'all stop letting whoever get into y'all head to talk down your own players. Like this Cowboys fans that don't believe in nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody but Micah.
Don't believe in two people.
Micah and Diggs.
And no, not even Diggs.
Well,
they look. It's because it's still Cowboys fans. That some Cowboys fans let the media is Micah and Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach Moore. Yeah, Zach Moore.
They'll never talk nothing about Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach.
He do no wrong. And I'm not saying he does do wrong. I'm just saying.
Right. Well, I mean, he was.
Micah and Zach.
I mean, Zach got his taste in that 49ers game up. You know what I'm saying? Like he got some of it too. But yeah,
talk about it.
Yeah. Micah and Zach Martin. They're the only two people that's bulletproof. Right? But ain't nobody else improving. Everybody else sucks. We need to get rid of. Everyone makes too much money. Like, yo, believe in your team a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said. And here's what I want to preach to y'all. I know everyone's like, oh, Tuck, you've been giving the Eagles too much credit, yada, yada. My motto, I always preach on this channel, bro. We will respect our opponents, but we fear nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't fear nobody, bro. I don't fear nobody. It's like, we're going to respect you. They done some things. A lot of people have done some things around the NFL, not just Philly. You know what I'm saying? So when we do these breakdowns during the season, we'll respect you. We're going to do film, give y'all the proper acknowledgement. But when it's game time, I give 0 F's about anything y'all got going on. It's time to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is.
About me, I got a family member, my wife's brother, Eagles fan, right? We like this. He actually does music. He did my intro.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that off mic. We like this. We used to live together for a little bit. We talk Cowboys, Eagles very civilized because we family.
Right.
We don't even argue like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to give him props the year they won.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we family.
Right.
We watched that game together. I didn't even have hate for him. I had more hate for the Patriots at the time. Fun fact. But my thing is this. I'm like I said, turnabout is fair play.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, if we gonna talk logic and we gonna give respect and be what I'm saying, your player's good and be real about things, fine. But when I go on Twitter and I see Eagles fans be like, yo, Dak is trash.
Right.
And Diggs is overrated. I'm sorry, my mouth won't formulate.
Right.
I respect your off-season moves.
Right.
Because at that point, when I see you talking, I feel like you calling me soft.
Well, that's why I tell. Yeah, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I understand when fan bases, there's levels. Like I told a dude a second ago on Twitter.
Oh yeah, let me be front line. That's what I'm here to do.
I told a dude a second ago on Twitter. I was like, yo, hey, this is bosses talking right now. You know what I'm saying? Run to the store, go get me some Starburst real quick. You know what I'm saying? Give me a strawberry fan and some Doritos. Bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Let the bosses talk.
I don't be one of the big boy people, but I be feeling you.
Nah, bro. I don't do that VCR. You know what I'm saying? So if Eagles fans on Monday, when y'all come to the channel, when y'all bring y'all King over here, use your big boy words. We're not doing VCRs. We're not doing Cowgirls. We're not doing Dak sucks. Nah, bring your big boy, big girl words over here, and we're going to sit down here and have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Bring legitimate hate.
But yeah, bring context. Bring context. Because, I mean, we all can hop in front of the mic and say, Eagles suck. This, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys can't be stopped. We can all do that. But that's not what we do. CFO, contextual football opinions.
Just like earlier, I said on Twitter, what I said, because I've been doing this whole little Diggs thing the last couple of days.
Right.
I'm not hating on Jalen Ramsey, but that's usually the buzzword, Jalen versus Diggs.
Right.
So I was doing a little research because I really feel like PFF is like trying to be ESPN.
Yeah.
They more focused on traction than analytics or analytical research like they used to be. A lot of their posts are like, who's better here? What are you thinking? Like, it's different.
Right.
So that 1068 or whatever that 1068 versus that 907 that's on Pro Football Reference, I kind of find it like, 1068 sounds sexier than 907.
Yeah.
Because at least in Pro Football Reference, I can see each game and kind of formulate. I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
I can kind of see what happened there.
Yeah, and that's why I dropped that video when I went down there and broke down the film of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
We both did that too, man.
I went down play by play, like all these big plays that Diggs gave up. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, he was in cover 3, and DJ Moore went a damn drag route, and he broke 8 tackles and dashed off on the other side of the field. All
like
that
the Saints game. What was the dude's name?
Yeah, the Saints. What was dude's name? He had the crazy name. I forgot his name.
Like Youngblood.
It was like Mr. something like that. But yeah, he had one of those plays. He just broke like 8 tackles, but it all went on Diggs' tab. So it's like, it is what it is. But I get it. We are the Cowboys. We are the star. We are the real prime time. You know what I'm saying? They count prime time games versus the Houston Texans. And here we're gonna make the bet, because I guarantee you that the Houston Texans versus the Philadelphia Eagles will not get more views than one of my tweets. I guarantee you. But
Look, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know the vibes,
But it comes with the territory, so it is what it is. Like I said, Cowboys Nation, don't let people break your spirit about the season. Now, it's hard to get up and get excited and drink Kool-Aid and be blind. That's not what I'm saying. But stop tearing down your own players. Like, y'all don't believe in nobody. The front office, like you said, Rome, I don't rock with them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I really can't, because I need some proof in the pudding to back them.
Right.
At least Jerry can lean on, well, I did this, because I contribute a lot of that older stuff to Jerry and Jimmy.
Right.
Nothing to Steven.
Right.
But since Steven been in charge, what am I supposed to do with this, man? What am I supposed to do with it?
It's hard because I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? It just goes against football rationale. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You want to do things the Patriots way, but you don't have a Hall of Fame coach.
Bro, the Patriots ain't doing it the Patriots way. They've been spending a little bread.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. They've been spending a lot of money too. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is, man. But hey, we gonna see, man. But hey, Rome, I appreciate you for coming by and rocking with us. We definitely gotta do this again because the chat was lit, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying.
Man, I gotta go back and look at the chat because it's been going.
It's been going crazy. Like I was gonna turn the ticker off. I was like, I just let them go. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, let everybody know where they can find you, my guy.
Hey, look, man. It's Cowboys Fan Talk, Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter. Come through Twitter, because although Tuck been modest, I've been seeing him get in his bag a little bit, putting these Eagles fans in their place. And y'all make sure, 2 things though before we go, Tuck. Make sure y'all go to Tuck's merch store. Get y'all some of that CFO merch, because it's some fire over there. And make sure y'all come through and support my bro next week. Seriously, because I'm in the comments next week when he go versus Brunson. I need Cowboys Nation to come through in full force, because we can't just be in there looking like we sweet out here. And that's just how I feel about it, man.
Nah, man, absolutely not, man. It's gonna be Monday at 7 p.m. Central, man. Lord Brunson, and we gonna have a talk, man. But yeah, man. And y'all know me, Rome, we front line, man. I ain't gonna let no one just disrespect my team. Now, it's kind of like brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll talk bad about my family, my brother, but y'all ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where it's at. But it's like, you know,
contrast. Let me get out there. I'ma just be petty.
Yeah.
But that's why we tag team champs.
Right.
I might be petty, but when you think it's sweet, Tuck gonna bring this context, and you're gonna be mad.
And that's why I try to tell him, bro. Like, yo, you coming on my channel, my home court. We talk context over here, but you better come with that VCR, Dusty Rings. That's not gonna work. So many Eagles content creators have died with that whole same damn narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. And like I said, he tried to break down film of Micah Parsons. I kind of had to help him a little bit. Like, hey, you know,
he went left. Look. That's when the argument. He was good that day, and he got to that part. The steam left. Is it? Oh snap!
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. It's like, you know, I got love for all content creators for the most part, man, because I know what it takes in the sacrifice. But I was just like, yo, that film was completely off. The play was off. The language was off. Just go ahead and delete that.
I'll say that before we go through. You're right. I actually got love for a lot of the Eagles content creators.
Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Joe, and me and Mike played NBA 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I gotta fight these dudes. About
trash though. Y'all gotta just know that I ain't, like, when I get off, and if I go back and forth with Mike or Brunson or my boy Joe I don't get on and be like, I hate that dude.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like, for everyone who watches the channel, like I say, even when I have Eagles people or just any team, because I like to do the rival team, the opponent every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, we gonna respect my guests. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone in the chat, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when Bronson comes on, we gonna pay him the ultimate respect. But he gonna have to bring his big boy words. You know what I'm saying? He brings big boy words. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be fun. I'll let everybody know about that. But yeah, if you see me for the first time, follow my channel, CFO Sports. Like Rome said, you can go to our new store, CFO's. What is it? CFOSportsTalk.com. We got the merch. We're gonna update that here soon. I just been so busy, man, doing a whole bunch of stuff. So check it out, CFO Sports Talk. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at JTuck151. And of course, you can hear me every morning, Sunday morning, 810 WHB Radio, ESPN Kansas City, with my guy Darren Smith. We're trying to work it out where I can start streaming live on Sundays.
Don't brush past that, my boy on ESPN. Don't brush past it.
Yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying to make little moves. You know what I'm saying? So, but it doesn't happen without the community, man. So everyone, Cowboys Nation, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Giving me the opportunity, the platform is kind of boosting me to a new level. You know, we had a great time out there at the NFL draft. Got to interview a lot of prospects, man. So I definitely enjoyed it. But we got work to do. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of work to do, and we gonna get there, Cowboys Nation. But like I said, we will respect our opponents, but we fear nobody, and it's gonna be time to play. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate each and every one who joined in. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys, and go Mavs too. I hear my Mavs are losing too. You know what I'm saying?